Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I am so angry right now. I'm so angry and I'm so hurt. As you can tell by the title of this video, just got finished watching County Rescue 3. County Rescue Season 3, Episode 1. And it took me a minute to watch. You know, if any of y'all know, I've been covering this show like since it came out. Season 1, Season 2. And that's how much this show meant to me. And it was a lot. This show was a lot, right? But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the powerful message behind it, the characters, all kind of different things. It's kind of been like a minute since we got like a very contemporary faith-based show that was in line with scripture, you know, that kept it positive, that kept it hopeful, and all kind of different things like that. Y'all forgive me for not looking directly at y'all and turning away and stuff, because it took a lot for me to get on here and start talking about this. I thought I was just going to wait and, you know, let the emotions kind of die down. Maybe probably would have got a review probably like sometime next week or something like that. I don't know. So these emotions that I'm feeling right now is very, very raw and very uncut. And I just felt like, you know, just go ahead and push through it and do it. And I was always happy every time the seasons got renewed as fast as they did for a faith-based show. And I was excited about season 3. I felt like we've been on a journey, not only just within the show with the characters and stuff, but also outside of the show with different things that happen with, you know, particular actor. Like we lost the guy who played Griffin, and that was a major thing. That was a big thing, especially, you know, for us who love that character, but just knowing that that particular thing happened to the real life actor. And then we get all the way to season 3, and it's like, this is what you hand us. I felt some kind of way. All I could think as I'm watching this episode is it just kept replaying in my mind how angry I am and how hurt I am by different things that happen within the show. And I'm just going to kind of touch on, this probably not going to be a long thing because it's not like a typical review that you would really get from me when it comes to County Rescue. So you got to forgive me if I'm all over the place and just diving through different things and stuff like that. But this is very emotional for me, because this show meant a lot to me. And I'm so disappointed. I'm so sad by this. I feel like, what did you guys do? Just handed us a piece of what? Like, this is what you think about your audience. You should know your audience by now. They should know us by now. We have been on a ride. I mean, and all I saw was growth. From season 1 to season 2, all I saw was growth. As far as, you know, like, us as the audience growing with this show, and a lot of good ways, a lot of good things. The characters there was growth, there was changes. It wasn't like we were stagnant or different things like that. And then we get to season 3, and I feel like we just totally went backwards. I feel like y'all don't even know what y'all are doing, that y'all don't even know y'all audience anymore. Who are you catering to? Is it you just ran out of ideas or something? I really don't know the blueprint that y'all are following right now. But let me tell you, as a true County Rescue girl, because I have always been that, y'all already know how hard I have been going for County Rescue and pushing these reviews. This was probably like one of my top everything on this channel for the longest since this show started. And then we get all the way here to season 3. I just can't. It took everything for me to get on here and just talk about this right now, because I just felt like y'all would not even be getting a review from me if I didn't get on here right now about this. And I just felt like I kind of owe it to the people who especially discovered this channel through me doing reviews for this show. I felt like I kind of owed it to you all to, you know, be very genuine, very heartfelt, and very just raw and uncut about how I'm feeling about this show right now. And I know this is just episode 1. Who knows? The season may take a whole different turn for the better. I don't know. I feel like just off this first episode, I really don't see it doing much for me personally. I really don't see that. And not to say that it can't happen, because anything is possible with God, but honestly, I feel like it's just most likely ain't gonna happen for me. I just might as well just hang it up. Don't even get my hopes up for anything, because my hopes was already up, and then you just feed me this stuff. And you just I feel some kind of way, y'all. I really do. We lost a very valuable character on this show that represented so much light, so much hope. We ended our last season, y'all, celebrating Andy and Ashley, their marriage. How long, you know, they've been riding together, pushing together. They had such a amazing future. You know, them starting out at County Rescue, Ashley getting ready to go off to do her whole medic thing for like a helicopter or whatever. I don't even know the type. Y'all forgive me, my mind is just all over the place right now. I just feel like I don't understand how we even got to this point. Like, what were y'all thinking? What were y'all thinking, taking this character away from us? Ashley, and y'all know this is a review / recap. You know, when you're going to be going all the way into different things, because y'all can see where my mind at. Y'all see where I'm at emotionally and stuff. And so I'm not in a good place to be talking about this right now. So y'all got to forgive me that it's all over the place. And I don't even plan on being here with y'all long. But I am talking to y'all, making me feel better. Because before getting on here, the tears were just pouring down my face. You can still see the redness in my eyes, because it was real. And talking to y'all making me feel a little bit better, where the tears ain't coming, you know, right now in this moment. But I'm just so angry. I'm so disappointed. The closest one in this episode, I feel like that I'm relating to in this moment is Andy, because Andy lost his wife Ashley in this episode. And I'm relating... Forgive me, y'all. I'm going through the emotions with him, because that character was just as important to Andy. His wife is just as important to us, okay? To me personally, because she was just such a light, y'all. Ashley she was the heart of County Rescue in a lot of different ways. And I just never imagined, never pictured that they would remove this character in the way that they did it, as soon as they did it. And to me, it's almost like a slap in the face to us, the true County Rescue girls who follow County Rescue, love the show, love these characters. I feel like it's such a slap in our face for us who've been supporting the show, pushing the show, knowing how hard it is to get a faith-based show renewed and to begin with. And this was like our bit of hope and heart and light into the world in a contemporary form that we had. And I feel like you just ripped it apart in just this first episode in this new season. I feel like that's what we did. I feel like we went backwards here. I was like, first of all, wait, what was the song? Where was the opening song for County Rescue? We didn't even get an opening song to even open us up to the episode. We didn't even get that. We didn't even get an opening scripture like y'all did last season, which I was very excited about. I was very happy because it showed the growth that, wow, y'all really confirming, putting it out there that y'all a faith-based show, because we didn't get that in season 1. Yeah, we knew it was like a decent show. We knew that it held, you know, some spiritual value, but y'all wasn't shoving it down our throats as the viewers. And I get that because it was season 1 and we're trying to get a feel for these characters, going on this journey with them. And at the same time, you're giving us room to grow for people who may not be as close to God or have a relationship with him or whatever. And so we get all of that in season 1, and you see the growth. We grew with these characters. We love these characters. We talked about these characters. They were our world. We go to season 2, everything is even more. We in their business. We things are getting more amazing. Just thinking about it and bringing a smile to my face because it was wonderful. Season 2 was amazing, even in spite of different things that we had to go through, you know. And then we get to season 3, and I'm expecting a little bit more of that. And we got different characters are introduced here. We got different first responders here. Let me just say this. I don't even care about them right now. I don't even care about them. I don't even care about y'all. I wish y'all even wasn't even here. You already done. And I was with y'all, you know, when the season, it opens up, I already felt like it was just this hole. There was a hole there. Like, it just felt like something was missing, something wasn't even right. It just felt off when it opened up. Even though we see Andy, we see Dani, see Dani like becoming a grown up, officially grown up. You know, she always been a grown up, but she's like kind of mature grown up, you know, because she got her own place now, and she's getting into that element of just becoming what it's like to be an adult and to have a routine and to schedule different things around, you know, getting up in the morning and, you know, journaling, spending time with God. You can tell that, okay, Dani is doing her thing with that. She's growing with the Lord. She's definitely getting closer to him. I appreciate that. We got Andy here, and you can tell Andy and Dani probably got a little bit closer, which makes more sense because his wife is Dani's best friend. And, you know, it's been some time. You know, some time has obviously passed a little bit. And then y'all kind of let us know that Duke ain't coming back because y'all done told us that Duke and Tiffany done move closer to basically her side of the family, and they're having a baby, so they're expanding their family and all of that. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I get that. But that was still like a bummer too, because as much as Duke went through the ringer with us in different things, you know, a lot of different things happened with him personally. It was fun, and we made fun. At least I made fun of it. And stuff. But it was still, you know, it added a lot of seriousness to the show. It touched on a lot of different things that people deal with as far as addictions and different things, and navigating that with the family and choosing to be sober and all of that. So I had appreciated that, and then using it with the word of God. And so that was amazing. And then to see, okay, well, now we're not even gonna see Duke no more. We ain't gonna hear, unless like y'all just did in this show, letting us know that he done moved on or whatever. Y'all will probably get like little updates here and there from different characters that may talk to him, like, you know, like whatever, but we ain't gonna see him. We ain't gonna see Tiffany. So I was like, I felt some kind of way about that, but I was like, okay, I'm still holding on, right? And then we move on. I still feel like something's missing, something don't feel right. I don't even feel at home. I feel like County Rescue is not even home no more, and it's always been home to the characters, always been home to the viewers like me, and I don't even feel right no more. I don't even feel right. That's how I'm feeling as, you know, as the episode going on. But then I'm happy again because Eddie started talking to Daddy about Ashley gonna be coming home because apparently she's been away, you know, doing her helicopter medic thing, which is her dream. And he got all these plans, talking about making dinner for her and all of this stuff. And then Dani talking about, you know, getting together with Ashley, you know, because they best friends and gonna have certain moments together, you know, to catch up, do the girl talk thing and all of that. So I'm cool. I'm happy about that. And then out of nowhere, we get this update talking about some tragic, it was a helicopter crash, and we know that's Ashley helicopter, right? And even in this moment when they saying that, and you see the show just take on a whole nother turn at this moment. And I'm holding off, like they praying, hoping that, you know, we get survivors here. And I'm hoping, let me give y'all, that we get survivors here and stuff like that. And then when we see the sheriff them pull up to Andy and Ashley house, and we know about to happen, that they about to tell him some news that we don't even want to hear, and we find out we lose Ashley. it's subtle. It feels like it don't even go together. And then a person, you know, when I'm thinking about it and I'm talking to y'all about it, I'm like, okay, so that's kind of like real life stuff happening in life like that, where it just feels like it's just out of nowhere all of a sudden. And how do you deal with that? And I guess a person can say, well, below, that's kind of real. That's kind of real life in a sense or whatever. But it was just the way that it was brought about for me, because like I said, that character added so much depth to the show. She was like the matriarch of this team. She was a lieutenant, you know, she married to Andy and everything, and both of them, just their relationship, it was such, it just almost like a representation of God and what God truly has for us. You know, like that was that hope. Like, even though what are we going through, or how we feeling, we can always look at Andy and Ashley and know that it's gonna be all right. They were like that for us. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be okay. God's gonna come through. It may not look like how we want it to look, but he's gonna be there. He's gonna come through and stuff like that. And it's just, they were always that for us. No matter what amount of emergency that happened, what amount of tragedy happened, they were that for us. That's what they stood for. That's what their characters represented on the show. At least that's what it did for me. And now we got just this hole here. Yes, we got all the characters grieving in their own way for Ashley. And then trying to be this rock, this stronghold for Andy, who's doing a great job trying to hold it together, keep it together. I mean, he took a month off. So on top of y'all taking Ashley away from us, we didn't even get to grieve this character. Like, we got this all of a sudden, just this thing that just happened to us. And then we get a month later. Like, what we supposed to do with that? We didn't even get, like I said, we didn't even get time to grieve this character, really, like, remember her. And, oh, gosh, y'all, it's just, let me tell you, this thing had me angry. This thing had me hurt. I didn't even want to get on here and talk about this. I just wanted to say, you know what? I ain't even finna watch this thing no more. Let me just leave this alone. I ain't even got time for it, because I was already going to do other reviews that had me in a much happier, a much hopeful place that I was planning on talking about today. But I was like, no, let me go ahead and squeeze in County Rescue, because the episode just premiered on Great American Pure Flix on Friday. And I know it's probably going to premiere tonight on Great American Family. So I was like, you know, let me just go ahead and just watch it and talk about it or whatever. Only to feel like I don't have, like, somebody literally done snatch my heart out, done threw it back at me and say, you know what? You don't need that. You don't need that. That's what I feel like y'all did to me here. That's what I feel like these writers did, this director did, everybody behind this show did. And I know the actors ain't really got no control over this. I mean, y'all got y'all script, y'all got y'all lines, whatever. I don't know how much input y'all got in this show. But yeah, we didn't deserve this. I didn't deserve this. I didn't deserve this. Y'all I always was like, County Rescue always surprised me. They always did. But this was like the worst surprise that y'all have given me. The worst surprise. I feel like y'all just did not even care how much this character meant. And like, where do we go from here? And Andy didn't deserve this. Andy did not deserve this. There's already so much darkness in this world, especially right now, that's going on in this country. There's so much suffering and all kind of different stuff. You just feel like you can't do nothing about it. That all you can do is pray. And I know prayer is powerful. And in a lot of ways, that's all that we have is prayer. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's actually like the best thing to know that God is literally holding our hands. He collects our tears in a bottle. He cares about our tears and stuff like that. Because obviously this show do not care about our tears, our heart, and the fact that we needed that light. We need that hope. We need that hope in this world. We need so much hope. And that's one of the reasons why I have this channel, to try to be like a light. When people get dull, okay, you can walk away, come here and smile, have a good time, take a breath, a breather from this cruel place. And so much evil and different stuff is promoted here in the social media space. It's just worldwide and different things. There's so much of that. And yet you still got people out here who searching for good stuff, searching for hope, searching for Jesus to be like their world and everything. We need that. And when we finally get certain things in the show, and then y'all take it away because you don't take stuff seriously. You don't take stuff to heart. And I know a lot of these actors don't do that, because I follow y'all, a lot of y'all on Instagram, and I see how so much different y'all are from y'all characters. Like the characters on the show, you would want to be friends with these characters. You know how much God means to them. You know how the heart that they take the scriptures, and how like they try their best to live this thing. And a lot of these actors don't do that. This is just another job to y'all. This is another paycheck to y'all and different things like that. So y'all don't take this kind of stuff seriously. But this, for people like me out here, and I know I'm not the only one. I know there's a lot of people out here like me, that this means a lot, because it gives you that hope. Like I said, it gives you like that light in a dark place, because what we just going through worldwide and different things, and it's just bad, y'all. And y'all know it's bad. And it's just nice to have something that you can turn to and escape from all of this stuff from, and know that like you can still see the God's heart in it. Even though it's entertainment, you can still see God's heart in this. That's what this show was. And at this episode of season 3, I didn't get that at all. I didn't get that at all. So I'm very hurt by it. I'm very disappointed by it. I feel like y'all had a responsibility, and you have failed me. You have failed us. You failed Andy. You failed Ashley. You failed the county rescue team, because all we left with when this show ended is just this hole in the wall. Like it's just this nothing. Like a big void there that I'm not even sure that y'all can fulfill. Like I said, I don't even care about these new characters. I wish that y'all wouldn't even, I wish y'all didn't even got this job at County Rescue. I wish y'all just go about y'all business and just give me my original crew. It was enough that I had to deal with Griffin, and I get that because that was a real life thing that took him away from us. And God knows, I hope that his soul is with the Lord. And you know, you just hope and pray comfort for his real life family who really knows him and all of that. And we only know him as Griffin. That's how a lot of us was introduced to him. And then we had to grieve not only, you know, the real life person, but also the character here on the show. And that left a void there, but we were still pushing through because y'all honored him. And y'all gave us time to really process that and grieve that. And with Ashley, y'all didn't do that for us. Y'all didn't do that for us at all. So yeah, I'm just feeling some kind of way right now. I'm feeling some kind of way right now. But I see we already 23 minutes in. And I don't want this to go any longer. But y'all pretty much know the gist that y'all getting from episode 1 of season 3. Look, I can't even think right. But anyway, let us go ahead and get into the scripture. And we're coming out of Psalms 34, verse 18, and it reads, "The Lord is near to those who have a broken heart and save such as have a contrite spirit." I think y'all for letting me get on my soapbox for hanging out with me. Please know this is probably like the first video I have ever made like this, when I just got on here with my raw emotions. Y'all already know I'm a big crybaby anyway, because I always be telling y'all I be crying about stuff. And I'll be watching certain movies and different things. I'm very, very sensitive. I take stuff to heart, like not only with, you know, these stories in the show, but also just like real life, you know, with people you care about, people, friendships and different things. I take that to heart. That means a lot to me. I'm that kind of person. I care. And I'm vulnerable in that way. I'm just, you know, and it took a lot for me to get on here and come in and share this moment of vulnerability with a job. But I feel like we done grown so far, and I don't even care no more. So that's just what it is. It is what y'all already know me. But anyways, that's all I have for y'all for this video. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. And hopefully next video, I promise, should be a little bit more uplifting. So until next time, may the Lord bless and keep you both now and forevermore.